I'd like to call the Board of Commissioners license meeting to order. I will read into the record the open meeting law. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived, by those present and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. Sue, can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Castley.
Present.
Director Duca.
Present.
Chief Jackson is absent today. Chief Keenan, so absent. Chair Crispo. So we have
Present.
3 out of 5.
Okay. We will get right to the first item on the agenda. Hearing regarding the request of the Old Colony YMCA for a charity wine pouring license for a fundraising event at the Marriott on November 4th. Carol McKean. Hi, Carol. Come on up, please. Thank you. And if you would be so kind to tell us about your event.
Sure. So this is our 6th year of this event. We expect around 300 to 350 people, and starting at 6 p.m. With a cocktail reception, and the wine and liquor for the cocktail reception will be served by the Marriott, and the donated wine that we're requesting a one-day liquor license for will be served for dinner.
Great, thank you.
Mhm.
Anyone here in the audience have any questions, concerns regarding Old Colony YMCA for a charity wine pouring license for a fundraising event at the Marriott on November 4th? Seeing none. Board members, any questions, concerns?
Hours of operation.
So the cocktail starts at 6, and the evening ends at 9 p.m.
Thank you.
And you will have donated wine for the tables for the dinner.
For dinner.
Okay. Any questions, concerns? Looking for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Old Colony YMCA for a charity wine pouring license for a fundraising event at the Marriott on November 4th, represented by Carol McKean.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You're all set.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Agenda item number 2, hearing regarding the request of the Break Rock Brewing for one change of hours to 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. and a 10 a.m. Sunday, a brunch license for the premise located at 534 Victory Road, Jay Southwood. Hi Jay, how are you? Why don't you come up and tell us about your change of hours and your opening on Sunday?
I'm happy to. Thank you, members of the board. Probably should have just done this from the beginning, honestly. We're looking basically just to have our flexibility. I think it's highly unlikely we would ever stay open past 10:30 or 11, even in the summertime. But heading into the slower months, we're doing a lot more private events, so we want to have some flexibility in case, say, a wedding wanted to go till 11:30 or 12, or perhaps New Year's if we opted to do something to stay open a little later. Really have no plans to even use the brunch option, frankly, but just trying to give us some more flexibility for events.
Great, thank you.
No problem.
Any questions, concerns regarding Break Rock Brewing for a change of hours and a Sunday brunch license? Seeing none, board members?
Just one quick question.
Sure.
The food that I'm assuming food trucks will be here and there.
We don't allow food trucks. We have done periodic pop-ups, and of those, we require that they go to the Board of Health to make sure that they get proper licensing, which all of them have to date.
Perfect.
We've seen a couple reps from the health department out, but it's been pretty smooth. So thank you.
Any other questions, concerns?
How's business been?
Good.
I mean, I hate good things. But
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. Everyone in the city's been great. March to May, we kind of got a lot of traffic just based on being new Then once we get to the summer, of course, it's Marina Bay. So now is the challenging part. So increasing distribution, doing a lot more events in the tap room. That's kind of how we're going to get through the lean month. So, but so far, so good.
Good.
Thank you.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Break Rock Brewing for a change in hours to 8 a.m. to 1 a.m., 10 a.m. on Sundays.
Second?
All in favor?
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Break Rock Brewing for a brunch license for the premises located at 534 Victory Road, represented by Jay Southwood.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Have a
Good
good
luck.
day.
Thank you, good luck.
Agenda item number 3, hearing regarding the request of HP Properties LLC for a lodging house license for the premise located at 4951 Home Street due to a change of ownership of the existing lodging home. Chris Lyden. Hi, how are you? Come on up. Why don't you tell us what your plans are at 4951 Home Street?
Looking to make a long-term investment, improve the property, do a better job managing it. I own and operate a 17-unit lodging house in Boston, so I have a successful track record turning around property. I will be the owner and the operator of it.
Okay. And it is existing and the application is in, everything is in order, licensed, inspected. Looking for a motion. Oh, no, sorry, I jumped ahead. Anyone here have any questions, concerns regarding 4951 Home Street for a change of ownership of the lodging house? Seeing none, board members? Yes. Commissioner?
Nothing too crazy, it's just that the license is slowly gonna be renewed. So just make sure you check in with our office to schedule a date to do an inspection sometime in January.
Sure, absolutely.
Looking for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of HB Properties LLC for a lodging house license for the premises located at 49-51 Home Street due to a change in ownership of this existing lodging home, represented by Chris Lyden.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set.
Great,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thanks.
Agenda item number 4, hearing regarding the request of Quincy Sky Inc. doing business as Omari Vizcaya and Sushi for an all-alcohol beverage restaurant license and a common victular license for the premise located at 11 Foster Street. Proposed hours of operation are 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Proposed manager is Yong Hui Bai, attorney Ka Wong. Hi, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you doing?
Good, thank
Madam Chair and the member of the board, thank you for having us this afternoon. My name is Kayang Wong with Sachin Simrod Law LLC. I represent the applicant, Quincy Sky Inc. I have here with me is Henderson Lee and then Yong Lin. They are both owner of the corporation, and then Yong is the proposed manager for the license. The application is for the CB and then the full liquor license at 11 Foster Street. It's going to be about 2,000 square feet. The total space around 48 seats, 7 days a week, 11 to 1 a.m. operation. And because there will be renovation, so we don't expect to open until maybe February or March of next year. Henderson and Young, they both have many, many years in restaurant business. Henderson currently owns at least two other restaurants. One is Brookline Sky, and the other one is Modern Sky. And then Young, he's been in the restaurant business for over 20 years, and he's been a manager for different restaurants with liquor experience. And he understands the rules and regulations of the ABCC and also how to serve liquor. The policy is that whoever orders liquor, they will check the license. It doesn't matter if I walk in, I look like, of course I look like over 21, but they will check my license. So that's their policy. So any
Great,
questions?
thank you. Any questions, concerns from anyone here regarding Quincy Sky doing business as Omari Azakaya and Sushi for an all alcohol beverage license and a common victular license for 11 Foster Street. Yes, ma'am, please come up and state your name for the record. Gentlemen, can you just take a step back? Thank you.
Cheryl Percy, representing the Edward F. Percy Trust, 17 Foster Street. We are not happy about having a restaurant on 17 Foster Street. We feel that it's a very small street and a very quiet street. We like that about 17 Foster Street. Having alcohol served a block from the library and a block from a church is not something that we're comfortable with. It just seems to me that Quincy Center has over 30 restaurants in the downtown area, and I don't think that we really need another restaurant. We need some other types of business, but I don't think having another restaurant on tiny little Foster Street with only 4 buildings on the street. The cars go very quickly. There's no supervision. I don't think we need any additional activity at 17, 15, 25, and 11. And that's our personal opinion.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, what do you represent?
The Edward F. Percy Family Trust, which owns 17 Foster Street.
They own the building there?
We do.
The trust does.
We do.
What's in that building now?
Pardon me?
What's in your building? What's in 17?
Miller Studio.
Okay.
And we've been in Quincy Center for a very long time, and feel that we would like to keep the city, the quietness of that little street. That was what attracted my dad when he built the building there. It's a very professional street. There are businesses there, lawyers' offices, advertising agencies, so on and so forth. And it is just our opinion that another restaurant on that tiny little street, which has parking, trash, so on and so forth, is just not in the best interest of that particular street.
Which end of the street is the proposed restaurant going on?
2 doors from us.
Towards Washington or towards Center?
Towards Chestnut, which is now Dennis Ryan.
I'm just trying to picture the spot that they use.
No,
I know Miller Studio's been there for 100 years.
It's just pretty close. So that is our feeling. Washington Street has become absolutely impossible. There's a ton of traffic on that street. But that doesn't really, have bearing on this particular request of a restaurant. It's just that having liquor available, having a library close by, having a church close by that does have their services. Not many people go on that little street on Sunday, but it's quite busy on a Sunday. And I'm kind of surprised that nobody is here representing the church. I'm not saying I'm a teetotaler, but I just think that Sunday we don't need to have alcohol around. But we are opposed to having a restaurant on the street. Okay. Thank you.
Cheryl.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
By the way, we did apply for the waiver for the planning review, and then we did receive the waiver from the planning board.
Yes, yes. That is in the notes here, that the planning department did waive the requirement moving forward. Any other questions, concerns from anyone here? Seeing none, board members, any questions, concerns?
I understand your concerns, ma'am, about the place, but in reality, there's several liquor establishments all around it and restaurants. And it is in the middle of Quincy Square, which is, kind of the entertainment zone. I do appreciate what you're saying. We always take that into account when we hear from residents normally or business owners and whatnot. We try and take that into account. But it really is kind of a downtown area.
If you were familiar with that street, you would understand it's not technically, nobody considers us downtown. we don't get our street paved, we don't get our sidewalks taken care of. There are other things that people have said, oh, you're in the downtown area, but we don't benefit from the downtown development, improvements and so on and so forth. So to take this tiny little street and put in a business that would like to run 12 hours a day is quite substantial. And if you walk that street, it's very quiet. There's a little dance studio right now in the basement, I believe, of 11 Foster. Is that correct?
I don't know what's there. I don't know the businesses. I know the street very well. And I know that recently the Quincy Mutual, I believe, bought that whole block behind it with Sully's and all those, the Fat Cat where that also was. So there has been restaurants in the area and bars.
Right. I'm not complaining about the restaurants that are there. Adding a restaurant to Little 17 Foster Street is what I'm doing.
Thank you.
Any other questions, concerns?
I'm assuming the church was notified.
Yes, all of us were notified.
Thank
I do know that this is considered part of downtown, and I know that there are 20 licenses available for this area. I know that there has been some change down there, and it is a bit quiet right now, where Sully's is gone and the Fat Cat is gone. But that being said, they're gone because they're going to redevelop that area. So that being said, and the licenses are available, and it's gone before the planning department. At this time, I see no reason not to take a vote.
Is this going to be one of those entertainment licenses from the downtown?
They did
One of
not
the 20.
apply for one of them, but those are still available for, and there's, subsequent to that, there are regular licenses available as well.
Where it is in that area, why wasn't one of those sought?
It was brought to the attention of the applicant, but they chose not to go that way. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, that was for the other one, not this one.
That included? Maybe not.
Okay, looking for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Quincy Sky Inc., DBA Amorai, Izakaya, and Sushi for an all-alcoholic beverage license, restaurant license, and a common victualler license for the premises located at 11 Foster Street. Proposed hours of operation are 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. The proposed manager is Yang Kui Lee, represented by Attorney Ka Wong.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
You're all
Thank you very
set.
much.
Thank
You're welcome. Good luck.
Agenda item number 5 has been continued until further notice at the request of the applicant. Russell Chin called today, and we will hear that at a later date. We did, however, have a late item, agenda item number 6, Abigail Adams dedication for the city of Quincy for food and beverage will be catering provided by Terry at 145 R Water Street. And the dedication of the Abigail Adams statue out in the front area here, Clark Adams Common, will be on November 5th at 11 a.m. And all are invited to attend. They do plan on serving hot cocoa, some light refreshments, and some food along with that. The catering will be done by Terry at 145 R Water Street, and she is a licensed caterer with the state of Massachusetts, so therefore doesn't really need our approval, but just wanted to let people know about the Abigail Adams dedication on November 5th at 11 a.m. Looking for a motion to accept the minutes from the October 11th, 2022 hearing and waive the reading.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And our next hearing is November 1st. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.